likely to be testifying today.
Oklahoma tornadoes.
A lot of damage, tremendous amount of damage.
American soldier held in Russia.
Please do not torture him. He says he's a United States soldier.
Good morning. I'm Steve Kathan with the CBS World News Roundup. The focus is now squarely on one of the key witnesses at Donald Trump's criminal trial. Stormy Daniels, the adult film star at the center of hush money payments, is expected to testify today. CBS's Katrina Kaufman.
He is a pivotal witness in this case because these payments at the center of these charges are related to a payoff to Stormy Daniels. So we're expecting to hear her side of the story, how these payments came about, and this will be very key perspective to hear for this case.
At least one death is blamed on powerful storms that spawned tornadoes in Oklahoma. CBS's Dave Malkoff is in a town 30 miles north of Tulsa that took a beating.
A tornado hit there, the house is falling, there's a person trapped.
Overnight here in Barnsdall, Oklahoma, scenes of utter destruction.
There's a large tornado right up there.
The houses leveled or completely torn down. The Howell family, including their baby, were trapped on the front deck.
I could hear the windows blow. I could see it hit with ceiling tiles.
Emergency management pleaded with people to stay off the road so first responders could get to where they were going.
Stay out of those damaged areas. We're having a lot of difficulty getting in to do assessments, to check on people.
Now to the Middle East, Israeli tanks have rolled into eastern Rafah, seizing a key border crossing just after the government rejected a ceasefire agreement Hamas had signed on to. Here's CBS's Ramy Inocencio.
CBS News has obtained a copy of the proposal Hamas approved. The three-stage agreement, each 6 weeks long, calls for a permanent ceasefire, a swap of hostages held by Hamas for Palestinians in Israeli jails, and allowing displaced Gazans to return home with no restrictions. Across Gaza, rare sounds of joy rose last night as celebrations kicked off after Hamas greenlit the ceasefire plan. But cynicism too at Israel, which said it fell far short of its demand. Israel won't agree to a ceasefire, said this displaced girl in Rafah. They just want to attack us. That skepticism shared in Israel. Many families and supporters of hostages held by Hamas believe Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu wants to drag out this war for his own political survival.
I am for any deal that will bring home the hostages.
In Rafah, survival to live another day is the hope. At least 20 more people were killed in Israeli strikes overnight.
Here at home, a major event in New York City was targeted by demonstrators. Pro-Palestinian protesters flooded the streets around the Met Gala. Many swiftly arrested by police in riot gear. They were seen pushing barricades down and getting close to the museum. The protests began at nearby Hunter College, calling for a day of rage to march uptown toward the Met Museum. Matt Piper, CBS News, New York. Well, White House correspondent Nancy Cordes has the latest now on an American soldier who's jailed in Russia.
Just like to say hi to my mom and dad back home in Cheyenne, Wyoming.
Staff Sergeant Gordon Black was detained in Russia last week.
Please do not torture him, hurt him because he's a United States soldier. Because that ain't right.
His mother, Melody Jones, told CBS News she last spoke to him about 2 weeks ago. She told her he had traveled from South Korea, where he was stationed, to Vladivostok, Russia, to visit a girlfriend. That girlfriend contacted her several days ago, claiming Black had stolen $100 from her.
She said he was arrested, let's go, and then all of a sudden he was arrested, I guess.
Army officials now confirm Black was arrested on charges of criminal misconduct in a country that is listed as a do-not-travel zone for members of the U.S. military.
Ukrainian counterintelligence investigators say they have foiled a Russian plot to assassinate President Volodymyr Zelensky and other top military and political figures. 4 minutes after the hour.
Well, that's today's news. I didn't hear any good news, did you? I didn't think so. I guess it's all about perspective. The glass is half full. Well, as always, I'd like to thank you again for coming along with me on these dash cam news adventures. You know the drill.